Terve vaan, veljet ja siskot. Kiva kun klikkasitte videon auki ja tervetuloa mun Tube-kanavalle. Mun nimi on Tony Branch ja tällä kanavalla tulla tekee huikeita peliseikkailuja aina alusta loppuun asti ja totta kai pystytään hyvien puolella. Jos dikkaat meikä pelityylistä tai pelivalinnoista, niin iske peukkuu, pistä kanava tilaukseen, you know what to do. Pidemmittä puhetta, jatketaan Hogwarts Legacyä siitä, mihin viimeksi jäätiin. Alright? Hyvä. Todellakin. Tänne jäätiin professori Figin luokan ulkopuolelle. Alkoi tulee niin paljon pöllöpostia. Sieltä tuli niin monta tehtävää, että en osannut oikein sillä hetkellä päättää, mitä tehdään. Niin päätin just, että aloitetaan tommosella kasvitieteellisellä tunnilla. Opitaan niistäkin vähän jotain uutta. Ja jos meille jää aikaa, niin tehdään vaikka toinen tehtävä heti päälle. Ken tietää. Mutta joo, matkataan ensin oppitunnille. Mikäs kirja se siellä lenteli?
Accio!
Get over here! Oi, ja levelit paukkuu. So pretty. Siitä päätään kukkasia. Ollaanko me valmiita? Yes.
Good morning, Professor Garlic. How wonderful it is to see you again, Lenora dear.
Professori
Here.
Valkosipuli.
You'll need these for today's class. A little treat for your auntie.
Sweet.
Ah, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our
Laitoin Antonille
garden.
uudet rillit ja tommosen kaulahuivin.
We do look forward to growing together.
Niistä voi taistelun ohella olla vähän jotain hyötyä.
How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacular than the bouncing bulb. Now then, today we will be acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root. Accio. Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we? First, let's protect our ears.
Okei. Onko elokuvasta tuttu?
Now, everyone, grip their mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug.
Onhan se. Ja. Ai.
Quickly, place your mandrake in the new pot and pat down the soil. The soil should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease. Reparo!
Reparo. Siinä
I'm
korjaantu
very
ikkunat
sorry
samalla.
about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go. Splendid work, everyone. Now, for our next task, we'll be planting dittany at our potting tables. You can all get started. I need to have a brief word with our...
I wonder if hippogriffs like knotgrass.
Yes, Professor.
Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
Actually, I enjoyed it. I couldn't help but catch your enthusiasm.
How kind of you. It seems you're already taking to herbology like a mandrake to fresh soil. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the Magic Neep. Wonderful! A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Let's see how to balance my star thistle arrangement. Niffler's fancy.
Okei,
Dittany's restorative
aletaan
properties
istuttaa.
make it a vital ingredient in the Wiggenweld potion, as you all should know from Professor Sharp's class. Well done! Once it can be harvested, your Dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we branch out? Introduce you to a different sort of flora, the Chinese chomping cabbage. You'll find that some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Be a dear and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you. Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
Hyvä on. Let's menoks. Sinäkö
Hello.
johdatat meidät?
Saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice to meet you. I'm Leander. I'll be showing you the Chinese chomping cabbages. Up these stairs will take us there. But your lead.
My lead. Okei, terve vaan Leander.
Nice work in Defense Against the Dark Arts, by the way.
Excuse me?
Your duel with Sebastian. And he's good. Thinks he's really good. But you outright slaughtered him. It was brilliant.
Oh. Well, thank you.
Here we are. Home of the Chinese chomping cabbage.
Wow.
Go on. Now, see that dummy? Just toss the cabbages at it, and they'll do the rest.
Miten?
Look at that! They'll chomp on anything they can get their mouths on. Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out. Did save her the de-gnoming, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters. Vicious little bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that'd have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone, but... well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
I suppose they could prove useful outside of the greenhouse. Nothing wrong with a bit of backup, even if it is from a cabbage.
It's chaos out there. Trolls in Hogsmeade and such. You can't be above throwing a cruciferous vegetable if necessary. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we probably ought to head back to class. Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
Otetaan pari kasvia tästä vielä, jos mikäli sikäli mahtuu. Kyllä ne mahtuu.
That helpful reminder as to why we should always wear our dragon hide
Vielä
gloves.
6 minuuttia.
I shall end our lesson here.
Katsotaan.
Terribly sorry, Mr. Clopton.
I tended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
Magical plants have so much to offer. I'm eager to learn more.
I'm glad. Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden, and it will tend to you. Huh. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
All right.
Hope those mandrakes are really relishing their new pots. Only cost me my damned hearing.
Mä veikkaan, että me ei nyt jäädä odottaa ainakaan, että toi kasvi valmistuu, niin valkataan heti seuraava tehtävä. Joo. Mennään seuraavaksi oppitunnille, missä opetellaan tekemään lääkejuomia tai rohtoja. Potion. Kyllä te tiedätte. Potionit.
My brother just started.
There be auras or someone from the ministry guarding the school.
Professor Black would never allow that. It would make him look completely incompetent, which he is.
Alright, mitäköhän täällä opiskellaan sitten? Jotain aineksia kehitellään.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As fifth years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wigan-Weld potion. Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wigan-Weld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wigan-Weld potion of your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin.
Okei, mitähän aineksia siihen tarvitaan?
Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients.
Joo, pyöritellään.
Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous.
Ja loraus tätä. Loin. Ja laitetaan vielä pari. Sitten sekoitellaan. Stir. Just näin. Pohjaa myöten, ettei pala kiinni.
I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir. Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippin's, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time round.
My parents considered keeping me home from school this year after the rumors of a goblin rebellion.
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
Yes, but why does that matter to you?
Brilliant! And it matters because you can be a part of something truly creative. You remember me, don't you? Gareth Weasley.
Ah, yes.
I
We met
remember.
in the common room.
Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
I'll get you the Fwooper feather,
Totta
as long
kai.
as you're certain Sharp won't miss it.
I assure you he won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Wait until you see what I'm brewing. Hurry back to me when you have the feather.
Selvä.
Your potion should not be that...
Noi tosta matkaan ja... Mitäs tuolta? Oho.
Remember, precision is key when brewing potions.
Hei. Gary. Tässä on sulle se.
Here's the flopper feather you wanted.
Brilliant! Thank you! This is going to take a moment to brew. You should get back to brewing your Endurus potion, and I'll tell you when this concoction's finished.
Kylläpä hän on innoissaan.
Should you chop the Dittany or crush it? The wrong answer could result in the unfortunate loss of your eyebrows.
Sinne niin, ne ainekset. 20 sekkaa. Ja valmistaa. Wow. Voidaanko me tehdä mitään muuta? Ei oikeastaan.
And now we add the mallow sweet, and that's odd. What's happening?
Mitä tapahtuu?
Wait, it's not supposed to. Ah!
Get it!
Oh lord.
Dragon dung! What happened?
No ainakin siitä tuli kivat ilotulitukset.
What now, Mr. Weasley?
Sorry, Professor.
Professor...
That'll be points from Gryffindor. Again. Mr. Weasley did not do this on his own. His accomplice will answer to me as well.
Se oli minä. Mä olen pahoillani.
I brewed an Endurus potion as you asked, Professor.
I'm surprised you had the time. You seemed rather busy helping Mr. Weasley brew chaos.
I'm sorry, Professor. I was merely trying to help a friend.
Taking responsibility for one's actions does go a long way with me. I shall assume that you've learnt a lesson. As for the work you did today at your own cauldron, I will say you've done well. I confess I was skeptical given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet.
Nope.
In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. That'll be all.
All right. Mä en oo ikinä missään pelissä ollut oikein semmonen potionien tekijä. Ne ei oo vaan kiinnostanut ihan hirveästi. Sitten vielä. Mehän kerättäis tekee vaikka yksi tehtävä tähän lisää vielä.
My robes are going to reek from Gareth's
Ja mikä se
inspiration.
on? Käydään
Heard you're
tapaamassa
defending Hogsmeade
Näti
against
Onaita.
trolls. You know, there is such a thing as trying too hard.
Sama neiti, jonka kanssa me pelattiin sitä pallopeliä. Jos joku muistaa. Jos tolle antaa rahaa, niin liikkuiskohan toi? Tuskin. Hei hei! Okei, ollaan ulkona linnasta. Oh. 500 metriä vielä. That's a long way. Onko tää Hagridin mökki? Hagrid. Saattaapi olla. Otetaan waypoint. Jep. Natty, I'm coming. Siitä jotain kristalleja messiä. Moonstone. Noitahan meillä olikin jo. Plop, plop, plop. Vähän sieniä. kaikki vaan mitä saadaan irti. Ei ole pitkä matka enää. Okei, siinä oli waypoint kanssa. Hei. Ihan kun sulla olisi joku sidequesti meille. Ei taida olla.
I should investigate.
What's up, Natty?
It is good to see you, my friend.
Hello, Natty. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I was there, and I saw what happened with Rookwood and Harlow at the Three Broomsticks. I have been worried about you.
I'm all right at the moment.
If you don't mind my asking, why were they looking for you?
They want something that Professor Fig and I found at Gringotts.
When were you at Gringotts?
Just before we came to Hogwarts. In fact, it's why I was late to the sorting ceremony. A portkey brought us there after the dragon attacked our carriage.
What on earth?
There's one more thing. It's a bit odd, if I'm honest. Professor Fig says I have a rare connection to a powerful form of ancient magic.
What does that mean?
I'm still learning, but I can see traces of it, and I've cast magic I can't otherwise explain. I know that's a lot to absorb.
It is. And I will have more questions. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us, to all of us, which is why I wanted to speak to you. Everyone has been talking about you defending Hogsmeade from that troll attack. And I shall never forget watching Serona stand up to Rookwood and Harlow in the Three Broomsticks. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Mattibili-land. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
Good. Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair. And you should know that Rookwood is in league with Ranrock.
I had heard they were seen in Hogsmeade together. All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with a student. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow is planning. I was thinking that we could investigate a bit, try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right, but how?
I am going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Natty.
Be on your guard.
I beg your pardon! How dare you threaten me?
What's going on here?
Mitäs täällä tapahtui?
They must have come this way. Think!
I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time. Oi! Speak of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
A student? You can't be...
Enough out of you.
Leave her alone.
No ne.
Stupefy!
Lisää.
I'll watch the light go out
Kukas
of your
sinä olet?
eyes.
Bring it on.
I'm not going anywhere with you.
You'll take this student over my dead body!
Let me open.
Not today!
Incendio. Accio.
No!
Incendio.
You will pay for your deed.
Me?
What on earth just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner, and so close to Hogwarts.
Joo, melkoisia pahiksia.
You all right?
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why 2 Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders?
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
You're a researcher?
Nora Treadwell at your service, historian and archaeologist specializing in Merlin's work and life.
I thought that Merlin and the tales about King Arthur's court were a myth.
Mere myth. You're lucky Sir Cadogan didn't hear you. Chatters on endlessly about his connection to Merlin from his portrait at Hogwarts. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know. And I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
I can see why you're so interested in Merlin. I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little secret. No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has its symbol in the centre. That started me thinking, what if...
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the centre of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honours? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis. I brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
Käydään hakemassa.
This trunk?
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
I have the Mallowsweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swell on the ground. Each trial has these features. Place the Mallowsweet on the swell, and we'll see what happens. My word! Did you see that? The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
This is uncharted territory. I am curious about these pyres.
Saanko me liikkua tästä pois? Pitääkö ne sytyttää sitä?
Incendio.
Merlin's beard!
The flames make the pyre sink.
Wow! Uskomatonta.
Beard, how beautiful! What a day. I can hardly believe it.
I take it we can call that a success?
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require mallow sweet, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you. And do be careful out here. Now I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of my notes and books.
Sehän on selvä. Wow. What? Sulta jäi yksi laatikko. Ja sinne meni. Aha.
Sir Nicholas, our house ghost, is looking for you. You can find him near the Great Hall.
Okei. Ja sinne on 400 metriä. Hei, nyt on kyllä niin kauniit maisemat, että jätetäänkö näihin kuviin, näihin tunnelmiin. On ollut suuri ilo pelata tätä peliä tähän asti. Tässä on varmaan niin paljon tekemistä, kaikenlaista pientä. Mä en tiedä, tuunko mä ihan kaikkea sitä suorittamaan, mutta osaan nyt ainakin tietysti. Niin kuin, no, näette sitten. Eiköhän palata seuraavassa videossa siihen, mihin nyt jäädään. Se on nimittäin moro!
Let's go!
Number one.